Guys, welcome to Tomatoes, Puppies, and Everything Gardening. It's a gorgeous day outside. I've got some gloves, so we're going to head out front, work on the walkway, make it walkable. It's not. So we're going to today focus on pruning Coleus and also taking down my giant blackberry bush I should not have planted in the front. It's one of my regrets. So let's go work on those two things today and see if we can make an impact. Now that the patio peach tree has been pruned, we need to really work on the coleus because it also has migrated into the walkway. You can see there's lots of flower stalks, and I've got lots of celosia that has leaned over and been damaged by the deer. But this coleus has gotten just out of control, so we're going to really work on that today, prune it up and make it look real pretty. The black pearl peppers you just saw, those are also volunteers from last year. But you can see how all of this is kind of in my driveway. The lemon balm, the coleus. So I really need to get this pruned up. And then also I don't want it in the walkway. So we're going to take out quite a bit of this foliage, and look, there we go. There's the after. Looks so much better. I can actually pull my car closer to where I need to now without worrying about scratching. I love this color right here. And I think I'm getting ready to walk around the corner and show you one of my favorite colors from this summer. That was just a random volunteer, and there it is. It's this deep, deep, deep plum purple with the green outer edges. I think that's so pretty. So now it's time to do something with all the celosia. You can see the deer trampled it. They're all on their side. I'm going to use these free bamboo sticks that my friend donated to me. We're going to support them. You can see just getting a little bit of support. They look a little bit better. So we're going to do that in this whole bed all the way around, and then I'll let you see how that looks. You can see some of the celosia is going to seed. It's drying. I will have so many volunteers next year. It's a very easy plant to have self-seed. I'm also using those bamboo sticks to lift these dwarf zinnias that actually had been blocking the light to some of the plants in the front, like that green wizard, gosh, I can't even think, Rebecca. And so we're just going to get busy here, get everyone supported, get this area weeded, and at the very last step I'm going to put down my mulch on the edges there. But you can see the difference already after clearing the coleus, is that my walkway is actually viewable and usable. So we're just going to keep working. Hopefully those black pearl peppers will have time to mature and drop some seeds for next year. It's my hope. And there's some perennial spikes in this bed. Otherwise, these are all annuals. This is a dwarf strawflower right there peeking out. And the celosia is just so gorgeous. That is a dwarf coxcomb variety. For the most part, they're true to what they should be, but some of them get a little wonky in the flower head part. So I'm going to also put these two supertunias into this bed in the front. Sometimes supertunias will actually overwinter here in this zone 7-ish area that I'm in. Sometimes they won't, but I thought they will definitely die in those pots. So let's put them in the ground and see what happens. I've got some extra coleus that I rooted that I'm going to also put into this front bed. I think it's going to look so pretty for October and into early November. Chickweed, lots of chickweed. This is the time of year to get out there and pick it, or you'll have a big mess come spring. So that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for chickweed and pulling it as I see it. That little brown snake was actually living in that hanging planter, which I thought was funny how he got up in there, but you know, whatever works for him. But you can see I've really been working in this area. Most plants are supported. It's been weeded. There were no snakes in that second pot. I've got the super petunias in the ground. And you can see there's that Rudbeckia right there. And I think it's looking better. I do need to deadhead these zinnias and sprinkle those seeds around. And I decided let's extend this bed on the left. And that's what we're going to start working on here in just a second, because I don't know, I think more flower beds the better, right? So that is the next step in this project. As you're going to see me, maybe it's the next morning, because I did take a break, and I think I'm just showing you my end product here at the end of the evening. And I did decide, let's go ahead and remove those irises there because they're not getting enough light. So that's going to be a project we're going to work on too. We're going to take those irises out and relocate them. So it's the next morning. I'm ready to work on this. You can see, I think the zinnias actually look better already, just having a little support. But we're going to go ahead and deadhead them. We're going to go and, you know, follow the dead flower head back about 2 to 3 leaf nodes at least. Clip it there. And I think I'm going to show you a leaf node. Yeah, so you want to go above the leaf node right there, cut, and then you'll get new growth. But these will be taken out when we get our first frost. So I've got about 3 weeks left at this point, according to AccuWeather. I mean, it could happen at any time, really. But there's lots of dead flower heads on there, and I want to sprinkle those all through this entire bed. And I do. And now look, I mean, I think things are just really looking better already. So I decided, let's go ahead and get this last-ish, I think I got a couple more steps left, but let's get that iris relocated and use this old pot to make a little toad home, because I have so many toads that live here in this particular bed. So now I've got a nice little cute house for a little toad out of an old pot that had a crack kind of on the bottom. The super petunias that are in the ground, they already look better to me, and it hasn't even been that long. I think they're really going to be happy for the next few weeks. Hopefully, maybe it'll come back. We'll see. So now we're going to work on extending this left corner. You can see I tried to do that during the summer, and I put down acorn squash seed there as an experiment. I'm going to go ahead and pull it. There's no way it's going to develop into anything at this point. So these are little sedum babies that drop off of the mother plant right there in the pot. That pot was over on this corner, but I've kind of moved everything so we can loosen up this edging and then bring it up and over. But first I'm going to pull some weeds. Normally I don't always do this when I'm putting down cardboard, but some of these weeds are really, really invasive, like that wild strawberry and also that stilt grass that I was pulling. So you can see I put down my cardboard, relocated the edging, wetted, well, I will wet the cardboard, and also mulch is going to go on here as well. I went like a 6-inch border. Look at my pot that broke when I was doing my sweet potato harvest. So I have 2 new pots on order, and they will be part of this design here in the front walkway, and I'm trying to show you where that new pot is going to go. So I put this one back in place with the sedum there. There's a Gerber daisy that definitely will die with the frost. So I put some of those sedum babies in front. I'm going to relocate this lobelia. It probably won't come back for me, but this is a volunteer from last year, probably from a seed, probably not from a root. Then I've got some moss rose that I'm also going to put down here in this ground in the front of this new edge, because that does self-seed here for me. I did not plant any this year, and I have quite a few plants. I'm going to relocate all of them to this little corner. I also went ahead and moved this pot over here because the edging wasn't long enough for me to fully bring it up to the sidewalk or the walkway. So, yeah, I relocated that pot that's got the Persian shield and the vanilla grass. Tonto got a bath yesterday, and I gave him a homegrown haircut. So he's looking a little choppy, but a lot skinnier. And so I think I'm about done here. You can see that I've got some of the little sedum babies there. And then I went ahead and moved the lobelia. And I grew lobelia from seed last summer, and it must have self-seeded somewhere, I guess in that pot. because I did not grow lobelia or buy any this year. And then we've got the rose moss that I went ahead and put in the ground. It probably absolutely will not overwinter here, but it may put some seeds out before our first frost, and that's what I'm hoping for. These sedums will be fine in this pot over winter. The Gerber daisy will most likely die. The nasturtium, I just kind of took out my sweet potato pot just to see if they would transplant, and it looks like they're dying. This is Tonto's vanilla grass, Persian shield. Both of these were getting occluded from the light by the sweet potato vines. I'm hoping they'll recover now that the sweet potatoes are gone. The Persian shield should be a much prettier, darker color. I may take him inside for a house plant because he will not overwinter in that pot. So this is how things are looking. I think it's looking much better. My bed did get a little bit bigger, but that's okay. I'm going to go look for some more rose moss that I can put here in the front. I'm going to put about 4 inches of a border of mulch. We're going to get rain all day tomorrow, so I'm not going to put any fertilizer down. But after that rain, I think I'm going to give all of these plants just a touch of fish fertilizer to get them through the next 3 to 4 weeks looking pretty. And that's it for this video, guys. So when I pick back up, I think we're going to do one episode where I work on the front porch plants because I've got some issues up there. And we'll do this back section at the same time because I've got to clean up that chocolate mint there. That's a big mess. Prune my rose for fall. Clean up some of that mess there in the front. I think I'm going to move my bird bath up here too. And then another separate episode is going to be figuring out what I'm going to do with that broken pot, which I have an idea of what I'm going to do with it. And that guy's going to get moved because I'm going to have 2 matching pots as I've had before right here. I can't just have one. I feel like I need 2. So I'm going to move him. He's already planted up for fall. And then we're going to get over here. I'm going to have to move that bench. We're going to clean up. I've got a lot of things going on over here and a lot of projects. So that's it, guys. I will talk to you soon. Hope you found a few helpful tips in all of those ramblings that I just did here. I think it's looking better. At least we can kind of walk on the walkway there, which is nice. And yeah, so talk to you guys soon. Bye.